All right. So I had this question come in. Really great question. I'll read it to you guys. It says, I'm going to start taking building relationships and networking a lot more seriously now that I see the importance of it. In terms of networking strategy, how beneficial has making videos been in your network? So I think it depends on your goal. You know, when it comes to, what's up, Brandon? Thanks for popping in. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button as you pop in. Feel free to plug in any questions, just doing a quick response on this question, and then I will maybe take a couple more questions before I bounce out. What's up, Friday? Thanks for popping in. All right, so when it comes to building your network, you want to figure out what your goal is first. I think, you know, even for doing videos and that kind of thing, my main purpose with that is, you know, I have a course. And then after the course, I network with the people that I feel like are going to be the most talented who've gone through that course. So it does serve a networking purpose. But your network when it comes to private equity is just a lot different. I think right now everybody has a really specific view on the power of networking that's based on social media, and I think a lot of that comes from the perspective of wait a minute, let me see if that's going to keep ringing. Cool. So I think a lot of that comes from the perspective of social media. When it comes to social media, it's great to have a huge network of people that you can promote things to, you can sell things to, and have even the influencer business model. When it comes to private equity, the thing that's way more valuable is having a small group of people that are centers of influence in their arena. So if you're somebody who's buying I hope this thing won't stop ringing. If you're somebody who's buying a business that's in a particular industry, and let's see, take this out. If you're somebody who's buying a business in a particular industry, obviously having the ability to talk to people and get feedback from other folks in that industry is very, very powerful. Just having a bunch of random people in your network isn't that powerful, especially if they're not customers of that particular business. They have no experience in that particular business. And so it can be, honestly, a waste of time. It's actually more work. It's more work to have to be in a situation where you're filtering through. The truth is, when it comes to my funds, I have a very small group of folks, you know, maybe it's 9, 10 people that I get a lot of things done through, you know, and actually this you know, this was actually a client that wrote that question, and we were in a situation in a deal, and the reason he's like, hey, like I see the benefits and the importance of having a network, and so he reached out, basically said like, you know, how did you pull this off? Because there was a specific problem in this business. We realized, okay, this is going to be the solution to that problem. And, you know, within a week, I basically brought a person to the table through my network and basically said, hey, okay, this is the person. And from his perspective, it's like, okay, that was kind of magical. How did you find this person? But it wasn't that I made a video on that problem. It wasn't that I reached out to 17,000 people on my Instagram for that problem. It was, I've got, you know, 3, 4 folks. I've got, you know, a very small group of people where I know between those people, I'm going to be able to solve any particular problem. And the same for me. They come to me with those issues as well. Same thing when it comes to raising capital. It's not like I'm going out to a lot of people, you know, on a particular deal. There may be 8 or 9 people that I am going to get a deal done with. So the importance there, and kind of my advice to him, that I want to bring to you guys as well, is when it comes to building your network, especially at the beginning, because again, you go back, and for me, it wasn't till maybe 12 years into me buying and selling businesses that I started to do social media, that I started to do videos or any of that stuff. So that's just been over the last 8 years. The first 12 years, I'm just doing deals. And so my real network, when I'm talking about those people that I can reach out to, came from me just doing the deals. And so I think it's valuable to build a deep relationship with the people that you're actually doing deals with, those people can become a very powerful network because they're the action takers. 90% of the people that are watching the videos, even though this is a very specific thing, I talk about private equity. This isn't something that everybody's going to be interested in, but even for the people that are, like me, nerds enough to be interested in this, the 90% of those people aren't going to take action. And so you can end up wasting a lot of time trying to build a network and build connections with people who aren't ever going to do anything. So to make sure that you're not wasting your time, the most valuable thing you can do is make sure that you're building a deep relationship with the people that you're actually doing things with. I spend a great majority of my time actually doing deals. This month we're closing on 4 deals that are just my personal deals, and then we've got a lot of other things that are happening even outside of that, just like between the funds and different partnerships and all of that good stuff. So it's what I want to spend most of my time doing is, I always want to grow that. But, like I said, the first 12 years of my career was just spent building relationships with those folks. And what ends up happening is you have a great relationship because you're able to help those people do things. And so it's one thing to build a network of people that you've talked to or that you've told about things that you want to do or that you've told about things that you've done. It's a whole nother thing to have a network of people where you've done things together. So that is the most important network to build. That's where you want to spend your time. That's where you want to go really deep. And it doesn't hurt to do some of the social media and some of the other things, but I think that's one of those things that's a distraction to actually doing things. And it becomes beneficial in both ways. Not only are you building a network of people that you've done things with, but you're getting things done. Which is powerful as well. All right, so let's see. Thanks. I did see from the other video, a few of you did reach out. Like I said, we just got someone who's likely going to be joining the new private equity program that I think is going to be awesome. Again, action taker, already taking action. And so that's part of what we're looking for. Again, if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out, Nori at incomeacquisitions.com. All right, I'm going to read a couple of y'all's comments and we'll get back to work. Friday said, "What's up, Rob?" Thanks, man. That's a great point. Thanks for popping in here. Montreal, what's up, Mr. Hamilton? Thanks for coming in. Let's see. All right, so here we got a question. How do you solicit and develop a network, and how do you remain honest and authentic when developing these relationships? So part of it goes to what I was saying. I think it's just way better. I think, and that's what ends up creating that kind of dishonest vibe, is that you have two people and they're both trying to impress each other to try to build a relationship. And it's just way better to impress people with things that you're doing. It's something I talk about even to again, my clients is, if you're talking to an investor and you're sending them a deck, don't just send them anything. I get pitched so much stuff, so much crap all the time. It's just like, wow, like if you're going to send somebody something and, you're trying to build a relationship with that person and impress that person, like every single action, every single email, every single interaction, every single deck, everything you're doing should be to impress. And I think that's where you start to build that relationship and make sure that's honest, because you're doing honest work. You're sending things to them, and whether it's a pitch, whether it's a suggestion, whether it's introducing them to other people. I think that's the first part. The second part of that answer is asking the person what they want or need. So the first part is, if you're going to, kind of present something, you want that to just be excellent. The second part is you want to find out what that person is looking for, and then really do additional work, extra work, even if it's beyond anything that's in your realm of your business, trying to get that person's problem solved. So you're constantly going to them like, hey, how can I help? What do you need? Is there anybody I can introduce you to? And that's how you make sure that you're building those relationships and making sure that they're authentic, and staying away from trying to impress that person with what you're doing or what you're up to, and especially staying away from asking them for something first. I think that's probably would be the thing that I take for granted that most people really do, is asking that person for something first is the absolute worst thing that you can do. Let's see. Leon, what up? Thanks for popping in here. Do you recommend rolling up a fragmented industry? 100%. I've done that a couple of times. The funniest one for me to talk about is the tanning salon, because obviously I love my natural tan, but I did a roll up in that industry and it worked out really, really well. It's very fragmented, a lot of mom and pop or kind of shops. And so that was a cool one. If you don't mind, be sure to hit the like button. Let's see. What's Rob talking about? Hey, Friday, start local groups. Chamber is great. Just be yourself, ask questions, talk to local business owners. 100%. That is some great tactics. Value add, mastery, ACE one model to use in structuring your equity in partnerships. So we are using funds. I mean, we're using private equity funds is the structure that I prefer. If you didn't get a chance, check out the video yesterday. I go into I just go into one specific big reason why, but there are a lot of other reasons that is the structure that I prefer. Let's see. Awesome. Thanks so much, Friday. This is an interesting one. Brennan asks, how big is too big of a network? This is what it comes down to, because you think about, now that with technology, we can have this expansive, just endless network. But the efficacy and the value really goes down almost in some ways, the bigger that it is. I think that, it's using tools. Again, there are a lot of tools that you can use to build a deeper relationship, but it really just comes down to how many people you can actually do things with. There's just not a point. For Kylie Jenner, it makes sense for her to have so many people in her network because she's selling makeup and promoting clothes and all that. And so that's her business. And so she can get a benefit from this massive network. For most of us, and especially us in private equity, we're not dealing with end consumers. And so the network gets too big when it gets beyond the number of people that you can actually do business with. And the depth of the relationship when it comes to private equity is way more important than the width, if you want to call it that. So it's like depth, just like going really deep with each person versus having Kylie Jenner network. And so for us, you just look at it like there are people in private equity who not only just don't have any followers. And for each one of those people, that becomes a really cool way for them to, hold on one sec, guys. Hola, muchas gracias. So for each one of those people, it becomes this really neat way for them to kind of go really deep with each person, because they are building wealth together. Each one of those people becomes a billionaire. And now that relationship that started years ago, as you think of a story like KKR. So they start off, they're happy to just get, raise 600,000, several people put in for that. Then they go out and they find a few relationships that are willing to put in some more. And as they grow together, the funds that have put money in with them, the relationships with the like younger partners at investment banks that end up growing and having more control. In each one of those cases, they're able to generate a lot more money with those few relationships. So going deep and then having those long-term relationships is really, really valuable. That's going to be my last one because my lunch just got here. And I had a little break before lunch arrived, so I wanted to jump on and do a quick live with you guys. Thanks for the really great questions. And I look forward to the next one. Talk to y'all soon. Be sure to subscribe because I do these kind of spur of the moment when I have a little break. So be sure to subscribe if you're interested in popping me in and asking questions and all that good stuff. Thanks so much. Later.